Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another monthly edition here of the Platinum StarCraft 2 League September edition for the year of 2025. I'm Coach VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the Hoon Chats, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, welcome, one all. Bienvenidos, papi, bienvenidos. Hope you've all been having a great weekend here. We, of course, just wrapped up with RSL earlier today. We had a quick power nap. We got some sleep, happy. We got some sleep, and now we are awake just in time for some more StarCraft for the Platinum StarCraft League. Let's go. Let us go. This morning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the Teal Protoss player. The Teal Protoss, a returning player after a very long hiatus. It is Ashbringer. And spawning in the right-hand corner, also going for a proxy across the map. A proxy, or potentially even, we'll keep it on him. We have the Minnesota, we have the South Korean Terran player, we have the Red Terran. It is HonMonO. Let's go. Let us go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. As I quickly do, there we go, set up the player names. As we quickly do get into our matchup. Exclamation mark. Be in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. We are here in the round of 16, and we are ready for some shenanigans. We have one Rax at home, one across the map. So far it looks like 2 Rax Reaper, but I can never fully say with confidence what HonMonO is up to, because HonMonO is a very unique player. For those who maybe have not seen him before, HonMonO is the cheesiest Terran player in all of South Korea. At this point, I could even argue the entire StarCraft 2 scene at the moment. You know, back in the day, there used to be players like Ziggy in the European region, or players like Hero in the Southeast Asian region as well. But nowadays, a lot of those players have stepped away, and HonMonO still persists. As we are opening up not 2X Reaper, we're gonna be going for instead Proxy Marauder. The combat shields, sorry, the concussive shells are gonna be on the way. The add-on is now done, getting to the tech lab, and HonMonO, he can soon pull the trigger. For the time being, Ashbringer is not fully aware what's going on. Checking Ashbringer's vision, he did get into the main base, he did scout the initial opener, but he saw the racks, he saw the gas, everything looks standard, everything looks economic. The other scary thing about what's going on is Ashbringer aware of HonMonO? Ashbringer, he has been inactive for a long time. I say inactive, if you recall, we spoke about this last time we casted Ashbringer, but he has been gone for a very long time in the competitive scene, in the competitive region. But he will scout, he will confirm, and he will catch wind of what HonMonO is up to. Not bad. He knows. He's now aware. Does force a cancel. Back in the main base, so we're going to make a stand. A sentry is done. A shield battery is on the way. We're getting ready for that force field, as the boys have been pulled. Yeah, the boys are here. I was going to say that Ashbringer, he's been active when it comes to playing, at least in regional tournaments, but he has not competed in the greater scene in a very, very long time. Until recently, of course. So again, Ashbringer making a stand, throwing down his shield batteries. Robo's on the way for the immortal production. And he will give up on the natural. Give up on it. Bienvenidos. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Acá, ya. Para que le dé este sinistro, es sinistro. Buenos días. Buenos días. It's very late here in Australia. It's very late. But I hope you're having a good day. Good weekend, buddy. Good weekend. Hope you're having a great time. As for the time being, we are getting to our 3-gate setup. So 1 base, 3-gate robo here out of Ashbringer. 4-gate robo out of Ashbringer. HonMonO does contain. Back at home, we have the factory on the way. Going into Ghost Academy. Okay, that I was not expecting. Honestly, he gets scouted. HonMonO, he gets scouted. Hallucination goes into the main base, and based on the vision, Ashbringer, he does confirm the tech. He is aware of the Ghost Academy. What I was going to say is that HonMonO could have expanded. He could have thrown down the 3rd CC, just contain the Protoss player and expand behind this. But HonMonO, he doubles down, goes for the factory, goes for the academy as well. And from here, HonMonO, he's committing into Ghost production. Oh boy. With those ghosts, he will have EMP. He's crazy, man. He's crazy. See the chat. Ghost gotta be my goat HonMonO. You're an animal, Ledlix. You're an animal. Aye. As scan into the main base does reveal the setup. The mass gateways, the robo, the bay as well. So 1 base, Ooh, I was gonna say one base Colossus, but Ashbringer, he cancels the bait just before it finishes. Does cancel the bait, going for the Twilight Council instead. HonMonO, he's racing back home. He does see the one base play regardless. And HonMonO does expand. Okay. So he's expanding. He's going to get into a greater game state. Looking to expand. Ashbringer likewise does fan out with his adepts. But HonMonO, he's relatively close to home to defend. He's back home. I'll see if Ashbringer can get in. Get most of his army back at home. We have charge on the way. It looks like we're going for an all-in. Going to mass charge lot. Ashbringer does confirm. Ooh, army's in position. CC's delayed. One adept goes down. Losing one. The other gets away. Ashbringer, he does confirm the ghost, of course. I mean, he saw the academy earlier. There's the scan. Ashbringer moves down. And do we just macro? Do we? Is that what's happening right now? HonMonO is getting a CC, so is Ashbringer. We are expanding. Natural bases are on the way. Now, does the game just slow down from here, and do we just macro out of this? Well, Ashbringer has yet to expand. Ashbringer, he does have probes down here in the low ground, but he's warping in. You can see here, bam, 4 zealots at a time. He is warping in. Ashbringer is not expanding. We're committing. Back at home, HonMonO, he has Stim on the way. Getting to Stim and getting into the rest of his bio setup. The Raxes have flown back home. No bunker, but he's got 2 tanks, right? He's got 2 tanks here. Viking on patrol. He scans, he confirms. Still no Nexus. Big scan here for HonMonO. Oh, he unsieges. HonMonO abandons the low ground. Good call. I mean, again, he saw, right? He saw the lack of expansion. Ashbringer moving in, collapsing on the low ground. Bunker's late. Yeah, late bunker. Late bunker, dives in, tanks are exposed, immortals are going straight for the tanks. Ooh, Prism gets very low, down goes the first immortal, he gets one, he gets both. Both tanks, I meant to say. Yeah, both tanks have fallen. Gets both tanks, but he needs more zealots. Prism barely survives. And Ashbringer has control of the low ground. Does have control. Vikings, oh, they hunt down the Prism. Prism goes down. Prism does fall. And do we expand? He said, oh, let's go. He's expanding. Takes the natural. Ashbringer does pull away. HonMonO scans. There we go. That's the 3rd scan. Does confirm that Ashbringer is taking his natural base. So is HonMonO. HonMonO does move out. Does move out. When it comes to the supplies here, HonMonO is down to 2 ghosts. So 2 ghosts, 2 Vikings. Mainly marine-based army, but he does have Stim. Force field is going to be key here. Does EMP? Does HonMonO EMP those sentries ahead of time? He's going for it. Oh. Yes, it's up. EMP does connect. Yeah, no force fields. No force fields. I say no. 1 force field gets thrown down. That's all he has. And he tries to stim in. The Immortals adding a lot of DPS here to the army. And Ashbringer, he barely holds on. 2 Immortals, a Stalker, and a Zealot. Very, very clutch hold. Does survive. Ashbringer holds. Just hold on. HonMonO pulling back. Gets a 3rd CC. Again, we might just mac her out of this. Like, it's the Observer sees everything, by the way. So Ashbringer, he's aware of the 3rd command center. Drop into the main base. Stalker's in position. HonMonO's deflected. So HonMonO does rotate. Oh, once again lands EMP. Not bad, and with that, he does snipe the Immortal. Very nice snipe. Takes down the Immortal, catches the sentry, Zealots go down, falls away. Nice trades. Better trade there for HonMonO. Meanwhile, we have a very real Colossus now in production. Bay is now done. This time was not cancelled. And we're building up in towards the mid game here. Ashbringer has yet to expand. Again, very tech heavy on 2 bases, going for the Dark Shrine as well. Just now taking gases. Still no 3rd base for Ashbringer. Dark Templar, it's going to be a little bit cheeky here, true, but at the same time, HonMonO has Ghosts, right? So he has EMPs. He is hanging on to energy. We'll see if that continues. We shall see. No sleeping? Nah. Well, this isn't good. Gonna get some sleep out of this tournament. See, papi, see. Oh, the sleep. I had a nap just before the cast, just before this cast. I was able to have like 2 hours of sleep. Then we veg. For now, though, we StarCraft. As HonMonO does make his way into the main, does boost in. He's boosting on forward. Setting up in the main. Colossus trying to push in. The Liberator does pop up. Actually just targeted the sentries instead. Nice EMP. EMP connects. But still an awkward fight. The Colossus, they just had so much more DPS in the back line. They shut down the initial army. They force a pickup. And Ashbringer does hold. Does hold on. Did cost him all of his sentries. That was a lot of sentries going down. A lot of his gateway army. But Ashbringer does hold. DTs are moving out. HonMonO, he notices, and he is banking up a lot of energy. Plenty of scans. DTs go down. Turrets being thrown down as well. Just now throwing down his turrets. HonMonO is getting secure, and HonMonO is ahead. Like, he has a massive lead here. But when I say massive lead, the bases. The 3rd base timing here for Ashbringer. Liberators do work up at the natural base. The economy is not really there. He's down to 2 bases, down to a 1 base economy. He cannot mine from the natural. Down to half a base economy, essentially, and still no expansion, still no 3rd base. The longer this goes on, the worse it is for Ashbringer. HonMonO is getting further ahead. And Ashbringer doesn't really have much of an army to work with here. As HonMonO does him in. When he does him forward, he can focus on the Colossus. Should get one, should get both, and there just isn't really much left here. Yeah, there's not much left. GG. HonMonO, he will take game number 1. He'll take a lead in the series. Whew. GG. Again, a very chaotic game 1. We had the Proxy Marauder. Likewise, we had the 1 base play out of Ashbringer. Very clutch, very intense. Both players had their moments, but HonMonO was able to establish his natural, was able to more importantly establish his 3rd base, right? His 3rd base got up and running. He had a 3 base economy plus mules. I mean, I say plus mules, he wasn't really muling, to be fair, but he had a 3 base economy nonetheless against a 2 basing Ashbringer. Likewise, Ashbringer, he was surviving, he was holding on against a lot of these attacks, but it was always at a cost here, as he was losing all of his sentries, losing all of his gateway units, who was barely hanging on, barely treading water. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations. HonMonO does take a lead, but now we'll see if he can claim the series. We'll see if Ashbringer can recover and tie things up. Let's go. Let us go. As we're jumping into game 2. Game 2 is going to be on Pylon. We almost recovered. I was waiting for the game to slow down, and it did a little bit, but we didn't quite get into the mid game, as we're now getting into game number 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Hyper 1. It is And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself. It is Ashbringer, the returning Protoss. Let's go. Again, Ashbringer, he has not competed in an international tournament in a very, very long time, in an open cup like this. So great to have him back, of course. He's back, he has returned. They've been gone for a couple of years. And of course, here he's up against HonMonO. HonMonO, who, as I mentioned before, is, I would say, the most aggressive Terran player at the moment amongst the pro scene. The most cheesy, the most cheesy. And here he's opening up double gas opener, faster tech, a delayed TC, faster factory out of HonMonO. And from here we can go into a 1-1-1, into a 1 base all in. We can go factory into racks, into second racks, into a heavy bio setup here to support his factory production. We'll see where he leads us. Again, we do expect aggression out of HonMonO. We expect all ins. It's who he be. Factories on the way. Probe goes in for a scout. Ashbringer does make a pass and will confirm the factory. So with that, Ashbringer, he's aware of the double gas opener. Likewise, Ashbringer, he's also aware of the CC being delayed and that there's no proxy. Maybe that's the most important part here. This is where there's no proxy. So far, so good. From here, HonMonO going to a 1-1-1, 1 base all in, no expansion. No expansion. The standard opener would be racks into factory into CC. But that is not happening here. It is not happening. See if Hallucination is moving out. Moves out with Hallucination. Behind this, fast Forge. Forge before tech. Interesting. So really fast +1 from Ashbringer. Checking his vision here. He didn't really get to see much. And here comes the initial move out. So again, mass vanilla marine, early tanks, medevacs to support, and we pull some of the boys. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. Again, HonMonO, he's all in. Behind this to defend Ashbringer, he has, I mean, the +1 is not really going to be much of a factor here. Not for the initial defense. Thankfully, not skipping warp ins. Here comes the second tank. And can HonMonO get within range of this pylon? Remember, this pylon is going to be powering the shield battery, also powering the robo. I mean, really, whether it gets within range of the pylon or the robo, either one would be ideal. HonMonO pushing forward, he gets spotted. The tank does get within range. Boys are being pulled. First tank was already pre-sieged. Massive tank shots on the stalkers and solid target firing. Yeah, stalkers are going down, and HonMonO, he does it. He does it, he breaks through, takes out all the probes, takes out the stalkers, and HonMonO, he will take this series 2-0, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. GG, well played, congratulations. HonMonO, he will claim the series. Unfortunately, Ashbringer, he was not aware of the move out. If you remember, the Hallucination saw the Marines ahead of time as it was still across the map, but he didn't see the move out through the center. Otherwise, ideally, the Protoss player wants to be engaging ahead of time, picking up Marines, forcing an early siege, and delaying for as long as possible. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case here. Ashbringer, by the time he engaged with the army, it was already sieged up within range of the natural base. GG. GG, well played. So with that, HonMonO, he will claim the series, he will advance on, and let's catch up with the bracket. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. Let's go.